He's Bill Ryder, and he's Ryder than you.
The program Ryder than you, sometimes.
He's a fan.
I love sports so much.
He's in your face.
I will destroy those obnoxiously arrogant, clueless, tone-deaf superstars who are marginal players, good players, who made careers, who think they're Hall of Famers.
He's nice.
I promise, we're nice here.
He's humble.
I think I'm pretty good if you're on the show about admitting if I got it wrong.
Live from Los Angeles, here's Bill Ryder.
All right, what's going on this Tuesday? Happy Podcast Tuesday day. Let's go. I forgot, by the way, we talked yesterday. Kind of brought it up randomly. Some of the all-time greats, people who got to the highest levels of sports, who had really brutal falls from grace, and thinking about Tiger Woods. And several of you hit me up with some key omissions. And I'm going to just, so my excuse here for not having gotten that is that I've tried to block out some of these SOBs. All right. Lance Armstrong's a really good one that I forgot to bring up. Mike Tyson's a really good one that I forgot to bring up. I've already blocked out the other ones because I didn't write it down because they're so obvious. I thought, you know what? I'm not going to forget. So I'm going over to the old BillRyder.substack.com. There's some other ones. And it got OJ. That was I was like, oh my God. And actually, it's a little early and I don't know if this really works. But my buddy Mark, who I, of course, play tennis with, Manhattan Beach, where I live, is a weird community, was one of O.J. Simpson's absolute best friends. And he used to stay in the Cato Shack all the time. Stayed there all the time. And so OJ's one that I should have gotten because I've heard a lot of sort of behind the scenes OJ stories. And this got me thinking yesterday about, I'm going to move aside from some of the darkness of this, just all-time greatness and the pursuit of excellence and this chip on your shoulder that you have to have if you're going to be Kobe or Tiger or Messi, right? You have to have an obsessive competitive personality that exceeds the obsessive competitive personalities of the people around you. Maybe you have to have a dad that drives you in a way that's insane. Maybe you have to just have an insane sort of fire inside you. And I've always celebrated that. I was excited when Tom Brady pushed back against Father Time a little bit. I went to Pacquiao against I went to Pacquiao Mayweather, but I went to Mayweather McGregor. I thought it was kind of cool, even though it wasn't real because I got to see Mayweather, but Mayweather was getting older in age. And the Tiger news, and I know that the Tiger Woods news and what's coming out now that says he was reaching for his phone, I know it's all secondary to the fact that this guy is a menace to himself and to people out on the road. I get it. I understand that. It's unacceptable. Use an Uber, hire a driver, move to a community where you don't have to drive, whatever. But there's also in Tiger, the reason we talk about it, we think about it, we're focused on it, is that there is this hope, right? For me, and I think for most of you, putting aside the driving awfulness, that Tiger will step onto a golf course like Augusta someday, and if not win another major, not have another green jacket draped over his shoulders on a Sunday, approximate enough the possibility that we feel that magic. And I used to be attracted to that. I used to be excited about these older guys doing these things because Victor Wembanyama, I think, is going to be an all-time great, but it's going to feel different when he gets to a place, if he gets to a place like he's LeBron. Watching LeBron against Steph was amazing, and Parkers already knew that they were among the greatest of all time. And so when these older athletes, or at least when they used to, reach for the stars in an age where most guys are retired and playing golf casually as an amateur, I was here for it. I was like, yeah, I already know this guy's a GOAT. I already know this guy's one of the most exciting players I've ever seen. This particular athlete has made me feel the things that made me a sports fan and make me still a sports fan, even though I do it for a living. I want to see more of it. And all of a sudden, I'm kind of over it. I'm because the ability to push back against age, against Father Time, to play into your 40s to become a thing, we're seeing levels of humiliation that I guess I didn't anticipate. And in some ways, I blame Tom Brady for this. Because Tom Brady was the first guy to go into that wilderness and say, you know what, to hell with it. I'm going to play into my 40s. And he didn't just play. The guy won a Super Bowl with Tampa Bay, and you know all this, without the Patriots, redefining how we viewed Bill Belichick. And it became, oh, look at this trail this guy's blazed. This is possible. Guys can do it. And then last night, it's not the same thing. It's not the same level. But Justin Verlander, I like pitchers. I mean, I just think last night, Justin Verlander, don't even know how old that guy, 43, I think is what he is. Returned to Detroit, 1-year deal, $13 million. It's such a great story. He got humiliated by the Arizona Diamondbacks. By the Diamondbacks. You know what he looked like? He looked like a 43-year-old pitcher who had to go back to Detroit because nobody else would have him. Tiger Woods is so broken, and this is more than sports, I get it, that he's having trouble functioning as a person in a way that's acceptable in a normal society, in a civilized society. He can't physically make it through a golf round. Of course, there's going to be no green jacket. I have Tom Brady out there, not joking, saying that he wants to be a football player. The guy's approaching 50. I've got Aaron Rodgers. Oh my God, Aaron Rodgers! I cannot stand this guy. I have Aaron Rodgers. Just every year it's a different coach. Now it's Mike McCarthy, who should know better. I would talk to him every 2 days, and we have great conversations. They have no backup plan. Aaron Rodgers isn't very good at it, and I kind of enjoy watching Aaron struggle, but still. And look, there are some temptations out there. There are some guys that are saying, Bill, root for guys in their 40s. I got Mike Trout, right? Mike Trout was a broken piece of what could have been last year, and the dude's got a couple home runs. I don't know what he's batting, 353? I guess I do know because I looked it up about 10 minutes ago. He's got a 567 on-base percentage. So now I'm like, I literally this morning, because Tommy was pointing it out, haven't really locked into the Angels. Tommy was pointing out, like, he's playing really well. Like, okay, I caught myself. I got to check in. I got to lock in. What if he's back to MVP stat? What if he's like, he's not that. Leo Messi is going to, so Messi, I'm a big soccer guy, is going to be in the World Cup this summer. It's going to be amazing. Argentina. I love Messi. Messi's not what he used to be. He's 39. You know what we have? We've got Falso. We've got Mike Trout convincing me that I should watch Angels games. And all I'm going to get is a Mike Trout that I don't want to see or don't want to remember. I do want Aaron Rodgers to come back because I want to see him get humiliated. I'm just being totally honest. That's a character flaw by me, but that's what it is. He's not good enough. Tiger, Trout, Messi, Tom Brady, Justin Verlander. I know I'm missing some other guys. I got Mike Tyson doing fake fights against influencers a year or two ago, and maybe we're gonna have the octogenarian bout in the Congo. Like, are you kidding me? I don't need that. LeBron James is probably the best version of any of these guys currently. He's 41, and there's a pretty good story in ESPN today. Dave McMenamin, who covers the Lakers, knows LeBron inside out, and somebody else worked on it, who I'm not going to give credit to because I can't remember their name. Just the 6 places LeBron could go, and it's okay. It's the Lakers, maybe. I don't think they like him, but okay, maybe. And then it's the Warriors, which we've heard about, and it's the Cleveland Cavaliers, which is where I think he's going to go. Then they throw in the Knicks because LeBron has always talked about loving to play at the Garden, and it's the cathedral basketball, right? They threw in. They threw in the Nuggets. Some scouts gave the Nuggets as a potential place because of the IQ of LeBron and Jokic. And basically the implication being Jokic isn't athletic and is amazing. And LeBron's going to have trouble being athletic when he's 42 next year. Maybe that could work. And then they threw in the Clippers because he doesn't leave his house, right? Okay. And by the way, same thing. I'm like, oh, the Knicks. I don't even like LeBron right now. I'm mad at LeBron. LeBron and I are in a fight. By a fight, I mean he was mean to me. And I'm like, all right, whatever, bro. I was like, okay, I would fly to New York to maybe cover a couple of those games. I have to do it for BillRutter.substack.com because that's who's paying me right now. But it's all I won't say it's a farce. I'm going to bring Tom on. Tommy, here's my thing. I love greatness. I'm attracted to greatness. On the front end of this, the Wembanyamas or the Lamine Yamals, you love Lamine Yamal. You're a big Lamine Yamal fan, or whatever the next big. There's some kid in Pittsburgh who's a big prospect who's in the minors right now for the Pirates. You don't know if it's gonna work and come to fruition, so you have to kind of wait and see, and maybe it doesn't. Messi, Tiger, Trout, Tom Brady. I know Justin Verlander's not the same level, but whatever. Straight Hall of Famer, LeBron. Aaron Rodgers, Mike Tyson. We know they're great. I'm a little worried that Tom Brady created a false sense of what's possible on the other side of 40. And it's not just these athletes who are going to get embarrassed, that we're all going to wake up one day watching old dudes who need to be sitting on the couch with us with Budweiser in hand, not the people we're actually watching with Budweiser in hand.
I think there's a high probability that that's actually the case. But I think as sports fans, we like the romanticism of sports, right? Like we want to watch the guy that made us either A, fall in love with sports, made us fall in love with a certain team, Or hell, we just fell in love with that player because their awesomeness, their greatness. Mike Trout, for me, pulls me in almost every single year because I want him to be the Mike Trout of yesteryear. And he's never going to be that guy, but I'll fall for it every single year. And I used to do this with Tiger. And I feel like I'm starting to move away because I'm a little annoyed with Tiger.
Me too.
How he's handled himself off the course. It didn't matter how much I knew. It's like you think with your head and you think with your heart. Sports makes us think with our heart more often than with our head. But a lot of these guys that you mentioned, I want to see them at their peak again. Even Justin Verlander, who I never had anything against, but he was never, he played for the Mets for half a season. I would love to see him be Justin Verlander at peak Verlander again.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen.
Clayton Kershaw got it. He got out. By the way, it's a great perspective from you. You said romanticism once and fall in love 4 times. I don't know what's going on in your life, but it's good. You
I love love.
Marriage going strong. You do love love. Yeah, and I'm with you on the Tiger thing. And so when I talked on the radio, when I do this now, there are just certain stories and things I pull from, right? You pull from your life when you're trying to make sense of the universe and the world. And there's a near accomplishment 15 or 20 years ago. Listener Kevin will know he's a golf guy. So will my brother Bobby. He's a golf guy. I'm going to say it was 20 years ago. You've heard me bring this up 7 times. This is when Tom Watson went to the British Open as a 59-year-old. And it was a courtesy, right? It's a courtesy, come and play and have some Guinness and don't make the cut. And he almost won. And I think I brought this up a couple of weeks ago. Not a Tom Watson fan per se. I don't have anything against him. He happened to be from Kansas City. I think I was working there at the time. It was a big story there. But I just found it to be mesmerizing at the time. And it was it sort of foreshadowed what he could not do. It foreshadowed what Brady could do. And I remember that Tom Watson thing, to me, the takeaway being, because this was still in the prime of Tiger, being, oh my God, Tiger's going to win 28 majors because he's going to win one when he's 43 and he's going to win when he's 44 and when he's 59, he's going to win one because he's not going to have a double bogey on 18 when he's up a stroke, which is what poor, I think, Tommy Watson, and Tommy was disrespectful there. I'm sorry, Tommy Watson. And you fast forward to science having caught up and ambition having caught up. And let's be frank, Tom Brady probably taking care of his body a little bit better than, Tommy Brady doing a better job taking care of his body than Tommy Watson because it was a different era. And that has an impact. And now we've gone too far. If Tom Brady was not a partial owner of the Raiders, and if someone would have him, he'd be making a comeback. And he'd be awful, wouldn't he? I think you can't beat Tom. Don't do it.
I'm not going to say it. No, I'm not going to say it. I think the part is if somebody would have him, I think it's a slam dunk that multiple teams would have him and would be very interested just for the publicity stunt of it.
Teams. I don't know, man. You think that in the NFL, like you're so close. I think it would be if you can talk yourself into, drafting the wrong guy and you can make it work. Who's the guy that you thought you took over Tom Brady? I can't remember his name. 3rd pick for the Niners.
Why is his name escaping me as well?
Yeah.
Trey Lance.
You wanted Trey Lance over Tom Brady back then. Didn't Brady go on to win the Super Bowl? Wasn't it that year?
Minor.
It doesn't matter. There's so much arrogance in football. Somebody could convince themselves, I can make Tom Brady work. If you're Mike McCarthy, or if I got made the Steelers GM tomorrow, and I'm offered I have 2 options. I get 42-year-old, 43-year-old when the season rolls around, I think in December, Aaron Rodgers, or I get 48-year-old Tom Brady. I think I'm going Tom Brady.
Yeah, right? Right? Which is crazy. Like we've entered kind of like this is kind of crazy land here. To your point of like we've taken it several steps too far.
I think we agree that Mike Trout needs to go one of the next 15. So I can stop believing in anything because that's a cool one. Like, oh, maybe he still got it.
I think the best case scenario, and this is probably just talking about Trout here, is that he continues to play well and that maybe he could get traded. That's the only thing I maybe.
Yeah, he's 34. He's not 44.
That contract is still pretty lucrative, though.
So let's say that he gets to a point where he's like healthy enough that he is hitting 320. He's driving in runs. Would a team like the Yankees just say, to hell with it, put him in the 6-hole?
I think that's a possibility. I think the strongest one, just because he's from the area, would be the Phillies. And they're also a team that would have hopes of the playoffs.
It's true.
I think at this stage of his career, I don't think he would have to convince Mike Trout to go home. I think Philly and I think the Yankees would always be in play for regardless.
Very quickly before we rock and roll, and this is one of my favorite things of all time. So we've got some ref stuff going on, or umpire stuff going on. Should know that I was an umpire. And they're getting embarrassed in the ABS, and I think I saw that you, wink, wink, put in a little ABS question in the
Sure.
But yeah, good work by you, wink, wink. The refs are getting embarrassed, and so to just get one back, I think would be kind of cool. It is my dream. It is my dream that the next time Mike Trout strikes out, which isn't very often, that a ref goes, "You're Trout."
This is a real thing. So it wasn't on a strike 3 call. Forgive me. I don't know the Angels radio play-by-play guy. I don't know how long he's been doing this. Maybe Trout's entire career. It's Trout here is this home run call.
Home run. Got it. That's fine.
That's a good call. It's
but that's
Trout
praise.
here.
I want the umpire when he rings him up to go, "You're Trout," and see if Mike Trout loses his brain.
I think he would.
Percentage chance that if Trout goes, "What'd you say?" and the ump goes, "You're Trout," and the rest says it again calmly. Percentage that after that moment, Mike Trout gets ejected from the game.
Oh,
71%.
Yeah, high percentage.
Yeah.
High percentage. Yeah.
Think about it, dude. You're an umpire. You've been showing up 3 times in a row by the ABS. Maybe the Angels are playing the Yankees. They've got 9 in a row, and you're just like, "God, I hate everything." It's the 7th. There's some righty with a fastball that ever comes in there, strikes out Trout, and you're Trout. You're just like, "God, our team sucks. We're 13-26. I'm batting 250. I'm at the Mendoza line again." And the ump goes, "You're about to walk back," and the guy goes, "You're Trout." Amazing. All right, it's my dream.
Well, I heard that, by the way, over the weekend. The Angels radio play-by-play. It's Trout here. First thing I thought of was you.
That it's really good. It's really. Here's the thing, doesn't that if a perfect home run call happens in the woods and no one's there to hear it,
fair enough.
Is it in fact a home run call at all?
Because
Mike Angels games.
My guess would be he's been doing this for the last 15 years for Trout, and I never knew it.
I don't know. I don't know who's even watching and listening to those games.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
All right, we're gonna do a fake break. Wow, we went long, and then we'll be right back.
Welcome back to Writer Than You.
Bill, you know me so well. There is a 7 seed in there.
Really?
Yeah, you know Pretty Daddy better than I know myself.
Give it. Wow. Did you just talk about yourself in the third person?
Yeah, you know I like that.
I like it too.
You're listening to the Writer Than You podcast.
Oh, we got a really nice compliment on you yesterday. I think I sent this to you. I'm just gonna summarize it. David Bondioli basically wrote, "I thought this guy sucked, but he's great."
There's always a little backhanded compliment. It's never
No,
just a compliment.
That's my interpretation. Because he had found the show with Ryan Hickey. By the way, I should address this. Ryan, many of you have asked him about Ryan Hickey and why he won't be on the show, and some of you have asked him if I'm mad at him, and I'm not. I love Ryan. I've asked Ryan to be on. Well, I mean, like, now we can get into some Andrew Bogusch history if you want to, because now I don't care.
Well, we might need a full podcast.
You want to get? I don't need anything. You're gonna need a full podcast. Those of you that know what I'm no. All right, so no, I love Ryan Hickey. Ryan's amazing. I talk to Ryan a couple times a week. I have selfishly continued to try to get him to work with me and asked him to be on the pod. And look. I'm not taking. I loved working at Odyssey. I had a great experience. I think very highly of the people in charge. I tried really hard to leave the right way. So I hope you know I'm not taking any shots. When I just say like Ryan, that was his dream job, right? And I think like it going away was really difficult. Is that if you talked to Ryan a little bit, and he just wants a break from sports media. So those are that a lot of you have been asking lately, which I love, which means you love Ryan. And some of you, like David, have said, "Oh yeah, this Tom guy's growing on me." I love Ryan. We love Ryan. If Ryan has an open invitation, he's just taking a little bit of a break from the whole thing. Can you guess who we're going to talk about based on this guy right here?
Let me go with Henry Ryder.
I'm gonna start bringing this up when Henry's on. So, do you know who Marcelo is, the SNL character?
I
You
sure do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's in town in May at some point at some fancy schmancy place that I should know. I can't remember the name of in LA. Henry wants to go to a stand-up comedy because he loves Saturday Night Live. I'm like, okay, maybe. Then the Saturday before that at a venue, Netflix is going to turn into a special. Pete Davidson's in town. And this morning, Henry's like, I want to go to both. I'm like, can I even take him to one? Can I take my son, Henry Ryder, who's 13, to a Pete Davidson stand-up comedy act? I think the Marcelo one I can do because I've seen some of his bits. A lot of them are about his mom, and they're fun. Pete Davidson, earmuffs, kids. Marcelo, jokes about his mom. Pete Davidson, jokes about his penis. That's kind of what I'm working. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Marcelo, stories about growing up, and being a good person. Pete Davidson, stories about growing up and sleeping with famous people. I'm just, should I take Henry to both is the question.
We're on the same wavelength here. I think from what I know of Marcelo,
Yeah.
it seems like it's fairly clean. There's probably going to be some stuff that's, borderline.
Yeah.
Pete Davidson, you can't. You can't.
It's a no.
No, that's a
Can't take
strong
it.
no. Strong no, can't even entertain the idea.
Have you seen Project Hail Mary yet?
I have not.
Moviegoer. Do you know what it is?
You alluded to this yesterday.
Do you know who's in it?
No.
Do you know who Ryan Gosling is?
Yeah.
Okay. I got to pull Henry out today for a doctor's appointment from school, and then I got to take him back. But I was thinking maybe I should just take him to the movie,
Okay.
right? Because there's no Dodgers game. There's no daytime Dodgers game.
Is this like a serious drama? The movie?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's a phenomenon.
Okay.
Basically, the sun is dying. Ryan Gosling's like a math teacher who's got a PhD in sonology. It's not what it's called. And yeah. And then he's like, you got to save the world. He's like, I'm not an astronaut. And then they play Harry Styles sad music.
Okay. Now let me ask you this:
Sign of the times.
if you don't take Henry,
Yeah.
will you be going to see said film by yourself?
I mean, I will go see the film by myself at some point.
Okay.
Don't think it'd be today.
Because I know you're a fan. You're a fan of going out to eat by yourself.
I love going to movies alone. Yeah. I when I'm on the road, I'll go eat by myself. I won't. Well, I'll do it here, but the thing is, I would also go with people, so I'll just hit people up and they'll go.
Okay.
But when I was traveling a lot, I would love to eat. Dude, I used to show up at restaurants and have my laptop and write in my column. Like, I'd rather Pinot Noir. Yeah. Yeah. That's real talk right there.
Solid.
Yeah.
Solid.
So that's a no on Pete Davidson.
That's a strong no on Pete
Strong no.
Davidson. But that's a almost 100% on Marcelo.
It's also far from here, so it would be back-to-back days.
Okay.
LA traffic, Tom. Have you ever been to LA? You haven't, right?
I have not.
Wow, we gotta get you out here.
Yeah.
You guys could vacation out here.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not against going out there.
You should come to LA in the winter, dude.
I've never been.
What's the weather? Is it nice in New York today? You got some good weather?
It's all right. It's supposed to be in the 50s.
That's not bad.
No, springtime.
It's gonna be a little chilly here. It's be 71 instead of 72. So that's kind of what we're navigating.
Yeah, big jerk.
Okay. That's it. That's all I got before we get to buy or sell. Anything? We went a little long in the last one. Anything else going on in your world? You good? Everything good?
Yeah, I think so. We're still going. We're still watching The Pit. Still loving every minute. I think it's actually getting better, if that's possible.
It's so good, dude.
Yeah. That's all we're really watching right now. We just binge every night.
Dude, you've got to watch Invincible. It's so good. It's one of the best TV shows I've seen in a long time.
Anybody I would know who's in it?
Well, it's a cartoon,
So no.
but John Hamm is one of the main voices. Sandra Oh is one of the main voices. Who's the guy from Whiplash? I just had this talk with Stu the other day. J. Simmons.
Oh.
J.K. Simmons.
Yeah, J.K. Simmons.
He's one of the main voices. There's a bunch. Seth Rogen is a voice that's fairly prominent. Okay, have I already told you about this yesterday? I want you to picture you're watching a cartoon. It's 30 minutes, and it's a bunch of rip-offs of like Superman and Batman. And you're like, okay. And the main premise is like Superman's kid gets his powers 7 minutes into the show. It's like, how do I fly? Like, oh, this is like, okay, this is fine. You're watching it, and there's like a Guardians of the Globe, which is the Guardians of the Galaxy. Basically, steal everything. And I'm like I was half watching it, and I was doing stuff, and BillRider.substack.com, subscribe for free or pay, whatever. Thinking about that, and the last like 5 minutes of the first episode, it's not a cute cartoon. It's one of the darkest, most violent. It's like it takes the superhero thing and it just turns it on its head, and it is dark, and it is, and people die. It's like it's you're like, wait, what? That person's dead now. It is amazing.
Okay, where would I find this?
Amazon Prime.
All right, I got that.
And it's really and you like, I mean, you watch superhero movies because you're the Christopher Nolan Batman thing.
Yep.
Your favorite movies of all time.
Yep.
What order would you rank them in? Christopher Nolan Batman movies.
Dark Knight 1, Dark Knight Rises 2, Batman Begins 3.
Really? Bane? Is that his name?
Yeah.
I couldn't understand.
When Gotham is dust, then you have my permission to die.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good. I watched the trailer like 150 times. Like, you know. But I didn't
good.
understand. He's in a pit in South America. That's how you're gonna keep Batman down. You've taken over all of New York City. You have an advanced nuclear style weapon. Your whole plan is, but like, we'll just put him in the pit.
He wanted to put Batman in the same spot that he was in.
It doesn't make sense. There's no guards up there. You can't have like a little shack with some electricity, like in case they get out, be like, get back in the pit.
Well, it was a pit that didn't have a way out.
How do they get food? Who's giving them food?
It got like lowered down by the rope.
By who?
I don't really know.
I'm just saying, like, when people escape, they're like, "Oh, you lowered the food, cool. Which way to the town? Oh, take a left at the dirt road."
That's part of the issue when you escape. You're out, but now you still don't know where to go.
I also was so confused by the trailer because I was watching the trailer and I'm like, "Oh, why is Alfred in this pit?" This sort of, but that wasn't Alfred. But they looked just like, it sounded like Alfred, the guy that's his little, his helper.
Yeah.
Even in the movie, in the theater, I'm thinking, is that Alfred? What's going on?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure.
You're picking up what I'm putting down, right?
I actually am.
It's a great conversation. We're crushing it, dude. We're doing it. Which rejoin do you want about you today? What else do you want?
Let's do one about Stu.
I got it. No, I got a better one. We will be right back.
You're listening to Writer Than You.
And you're mad at me. So if I did that to you, you'd be like, oh, the travesty. Oh, man, my marriage. I can't do anything right. Oh, I'm never going to my marriage again.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. All right. As long as we're on the same page, pal.
You're listening to the Writer Than You podcast.
That's one of my favorite ones of all time.
It's pretty accurate depiction.
What's better, my imitation of you or my imitation of Bane?
Your Bane was really good.
Yeah.
But you know all my tendencies.
Yeah, we spent way too much time together, and then you escaped, and you're back. You know what? You escaped, but now you're back in the pit. You're like, I'm gonna go back in the pit. Twice.
I lowered the rope down.
Your boss. I gotta send him a note. Your boss's boss, Eric Spitz, who I think the world of, is in town next week.
Oh,
I'm out rocking a little Spitz dinner.
Oh, very nice.
Little wine and dine.
Tell him I say hello.
I've never been to dinner with Eric.
Are you looking at me? Because I certainly have not.
I'm just like, gonna have to fill this hot, What if 30 minutes in, and we're out of stuff to talk about?
I think you'll be fun. I think you'll be fun.
Hey, I love Eric and B. I'll just talk about you. All right, here we go.
What side will Bill take on the biggest issues in the world of sports? It's time for today's edition of Buy or Sell on Writer Than You. It's time for No Context Buy or Sell.
I love No Context Buy or Sell so much.
Hoopier than thou to start things off today, Bill.
Okay.
Buy or sell, you think that SGA should be a lock for MVP?
So
Sell.
I do not. He is, by the way, the betting odds have him as a lock. This is the thing, and I don't have a vote. I don't think I'll have a vote this year, though. Someone's got to tell the Utah Jazz, because they FedEx me. They'll FedEx you stuff to convince you to vote.
Do you still get, like, swag?
I guess from the Utah Jazz.
Hey, swag is swag.
I have a great story to tell you in a second. So, So my answer is no.
Sell.
Look, I think SGA is amazing. His numbers are incredible. He can win the MVP, of course. I think the power of narrative takes over way too much, and I think that social media has made it such that voters are more worried about being embarrassed about their votes than they are doing the right vote. And I think groupthink was already predominant in the NBA. Honestly, dude, one of the things I didn't like about my job, ultimately covering the NBA, I can see you smiling, is that I work with really good people, but they if you didn't have the same view, people were offended, were put out. The NFL, I think, operates in a different way. Victor Wembanyama has stunning numbers. He's going to be the defensive player of the year. So he's a two-way superstar. The Spurs are legitimate contenders a year or two ahead of schedule for most people. I had them on schedule this year. Oh, and by the way, I haven't looked today. They're 2 or 3 games out of the Thunder, so they're probably not going to catch them, but there's not many games left, but they're close to being the top team in the Western Conference. Nobody would argue the roster is better in San Antonio than Oklahoma City. It's not even comparable. And by the way, JJ Redick thinks Luka Doncic should be the MVP, and I that's a strike against Luka, but otherwise, I think Luka's got a case. I think Jaylen Brown has an opportunity, or at least should be considered. I don't think it should be a lock. I had a super awkward interaction. A guy from the NBA league office who I really like, who's a source, who I've taken to lunch many times, sent me a note. When was this? Around the All-Star game. I don't think I've told this story. He's like, hey, what's up, man? Are you interested in being one of the media voters for the All-Star game? I get this all the time, right? Every year I get all this stuff. And I wrote back, hey, man, yeah, totally interested. Not working at CBS Sports anymore, as I'm sure you know, doing Substack. That'd be great for Substack. Never heard from her.
Sell.
No response.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, do you plan on saying that to the Utah Jazz as well?
I mean, it's already on the way. I don't even know who to communicate with.
Okay.
I just got, sometimes you'll get an email or a text. Your FedEx thing is on the way.
Sure.
From here, let's see if it's here. Let's see where it is. The thing is, they don't give the best. First of all, you can't buy my vote, and you shouldn't send me stuff. But a T-shirt that has one of your guys on it with a silly, pun, which in fairness I should like. Send me a bottle of Blanton's.
I see what you're saying.
I mean, you shouldn't send me a bottle of Blanton's, but I'm just saying. All right, I can't find it. This is great. Why do you pay for BillRider.substack.com? Well, sometimes we're real lucky. We'll hear him try to go through his phone and look for stuff that he can't find. Silence is golden.
You pay for questions like this. Bill, buy or sell you've ever been late to work? Because nature called.
Buy or sell, why this question. Well, you wrote it, but yeah, you
buy.
Did.
Buy.
Anthony Edwards came back from injury, was supposed to start, didn't because sell. What do you do? Use the bathroom before the game. By the way, if anyone out there is a scientist of the human body, I've always wanted to know this. If I'm playing tennis, if I'm going when I used to run, when I played basketball, when I do radio, doesn't matter how badly I have to go to the bathroom. My body's like, we got this. And I'm fine until that responsibility is over. There has to be a physiological reason for it. I don't know what it is. I don't think it's just my awesomeness.
Buy.
I don't think that. So there's no excuse for Anthony Edwards. There's a something happens, but even if it doesn't for you, dude, let nature call earlier. You have some, by the way, nature, hello? Hey, it's nature. You gotta go to the bathroom right now. It's total surprise. No, that's not how it works. Nature doesn't call.
Don't be Mr. Literal.
Builds, it's like, hey, it's me, it's nature. An hour, tops. Hey, it's me, it's nature. 40 minutes. Hey, it's me again, it's nature. You might wanna, I'm just saying, come on.
There are days we used to do the radio show, and I used to run out of the studio to go straight to the bathroom.
When the show ended?
Yes.
Well, we had 7-minute breaks at the 30. Why didn't you just...
Well, I always felt like something would happen if I left the control room.
Be funny. You didn't get on the air.
Yeah. Funny now, not funny then.
I have a question for you as we transition to baseball. Fantasy baseball is underway. Reed and I share a team. We're playing my brother Bobby, who was on the pod last week. I have been just inundating him with screen grabs of our domination. Day one, it was like 9 at bats, but I'm still up 8-1. Buy or sell, that is the definition of awesome.
Buy.
What?
Sell.
Sell.
No, you mispronounced
Buy.
buy.
You
The only
can't.
reason you do fantasy sports with your boys is to give them a hard time.
This is why
My
you
team sucks.
didn't a few weeks ago. Didn't you tell a story on how you got kicked out of a fantasy league? This is why you get kicked out.
Why are we talking about old stuff?
This is why you get kicked out.
Why are we talking about old stuff, Tommy?
You can't be smack talking on a daily basis the first week of the season.
Yeah, no, I sent it literally the first day. I mean, I think we were up. I think we had a strikeout. I think we had 3 RBIs, a home run. We were batting 301. We were
Also-
up 8-2.
You gotta stop saying we. It's you and Reed, but you make him do all the work.
No. Look, a leader delegates. You know what?
Buy.
Write that down. Yeah.
All right, Bill. Speaking of baseball, buy or sell, you like the ABS challenge system.
I actually kind of do. I didn't think I would. So the Yankees yesterday, did they get 10 in a row?
It
think they
was
have
a
done
lot.
10
I don't know if it was
successfully
10, but
this
it was a
season.
lot.
They've done 10 in a row, I think, this season.
Okay.
So
Oh,
the
yeah.
way-
Okay. For the season. Yeah.
And I think that several yesterday. So the way it works is you get 2 to start the game, and you basically retain them. And you have to do it immediately so they can't go to camera. So I think the Yankees, they just tap your cap, right? Little tap the cap. Because it creates this dynamic where normally the hitter or the pitcher is embarrassed by the other guy. Like a hitter hits a bomb and he kind of stares the guy down, or the pitcher will like strike out the hitter and he'll stare him down. There's like a humiliation. Now there's a third person in the stands where the umpire can, you're Trout. Tap, tap, tap. All right. Yesterday there was like a 3-2 count, and I can't remember which Yankee it was, and they called him out, and he went tap, tap, tap on the old hat, and the computer said, "Dear umpire, sir, you're a moron."
I'm struggling with this because I knew we would have some of this. I didn't realize how bad the umps were struggling. Like, this actually is embarrassing. Like, we could say for, like, in a one-off situation, like, the ump is embarrassed and it's funny, and I agree. But, like, we're not even a full week into the season. Like, Bill, this is a lot. This is bad. Like, teams are winning these challenges on the regular.
It's amazing.
Much more often
But
than
you're
they're
not-
losing.
You're not going to challenge unless you're sure, I think, is probably the instruction. Like, you've got to be sure because we lose it, right? And the earlier in the game, the more problematic it is. By the way, I sent my brother at 7:41, so 1 hour and 4 minutes ago, my time, a screen grab to me and Reed. 8-1. Reed just wrote back in Spanish, basically. I don't know why he's basically saying, "Where are you, loser?"
See, like, you're dragging Reed into the mud with you.
Oh, he lives in the mud. I ain't dragging him there. I'm saying hello. I'm visiting. He's there. Oh, hello. How's life in the mud?
Yeah. That's how umps feel right now with this ABS challenge. We're not even a week in.
It's good for the game, man. I think the refs are gonna probably improve and get better, and it creates some accountability without it being. I don't want automated balls and strikes all the time, and so. And by the way, here's the other thing. It's really easy. Refs suck. Pitchers miss spots all the time. Hitters fail to get the guy, run around third, tie and run, nobody out. Just get the ball to the freaking infield or hit it to the other side, hit it to the right side of the diamond, of the infield. Like, they don't do it. Now we've got a system where umps are going to make mistakes, but it can be corrected. And if they're a little embarrassed, it's part of competing. That's part of the deal.
Do you think if we continue on this trajectory, it's a very small sample size because, like I said, we're not even a week in, but I would say the success rate for teams is probably around 2/3 right now, which seems like a very high number. Do you think that would lead us to get to robo umps faster?
I hope not, is my answer. I also think that I'm a big believer that when there isn't competition, when systems are fixed, it creates a lack of excellence, right? It's true in politics, it's true in business, it's true in radio. If your daddy gets you hired in a job in radio, I'm in radio, I'll say radio, and protects you, you don't have to be as good at the radio show as I do or you do, right? If you're an umpire and there's no sort of accountability and there's not a lot of competition and there are a lot of umpire, I mean, the guy at AAA Des Moines, Iowa Cubs games isn't about to come take your spot in the way that this, I think, creates the illusion of competition. It creates consequences is what we're talking about. So I think more likely it's going to lead to umpires getting sharper and being better at their jobs.
All right, Bill, let's transition to some NFL here. Buy or sell, you're excited for Hard Knocks.
Sell. Sell. Sell.
The Seattle Seahawks will be on the show I will rename Who Cares. And I believe the Patriots will be on the in-season one. This used to be appointment viewing. Here's my question for you. The NFL, I think we often discuss and talk about as invincible against the forces of change in culture, right? Doesn't matter how much people attention spans or other things we can watch I mean, I've got 30 television shows I'm trying to keep track of for our running list and all the stuff that's in the world. The NFL is an immovable force in terms of its positioning in American culture. We talk about. Hard Knocks has gone from being a cultural event to something that nobody cares about. Buy or sell, you think that's actually the consequence of all those other things in the universe that demand our attention?
Buy.
Buy.
Yeah. The game itself, fine, but
Sure.
nobody gives a bleep anymore.
No, I don't need to watch 60 minutes of Hard Knocks on HBO. Like you mentioned, it used to be a appointment view. I don't need to watch that live. I'll watch the 2 or 3 viral clips on social media. The fun, they're still, and I'm not saying it's not a good television product for 60 minutes. Probably not. 5 minutes here, 4 minutes there. Yeah, there's some interesting stuff that comes out of it.
You and I used to watch that
Yeah.
every minute because we would do a whole radio. We would open shows sometimes.
Sure.
And now I just
It's antiquated.
don't care. Yeah, it's antiquated.
You can watch the 60-second viral clip on X the next morning.
And the idea of access to athletes, I mean, they're on social media. They're on Instagram.
Yeah.
Ask the Chicago Bulls. Sometimes the players are on there just spewing hateful garbage. And they're like, oh, I wish you didn't have access. These athletes didn't always have access. Like, if you're a celebrity, an athlete, a politician, a would-be person, an influencer, whatever, you have access. And so I think also just the appeal of, whoa, I get to hear Aaron Rodgers talk is over. It's gone. I would pay money to not hear Aaron Rodgers talk ever again.
Not Aaron Rodgers here, but some NFL for you. Buy or sell, A.J. Brown is more likely to be a member of the Philadelphia Eagles 1 year from now, more so than head coach Nick Sirianni.
Ooh, Tommy, I like this question. You came up with a doozy, man. Lori says my voice goes up when I lie. You know?
But you've lied to me a lot.
But I don't lie. And Kevin and Jenny, Lori looks great in every dress. My in-laws is.
Buy.
It's true. It's a good question. So AJ Brown is a betting favorite to stay an Eagle, but I don't know. Doesn't it feel like he might be somewhere else to start the NFL season? Despite what the odds say, and despite the GM answering every question with, "Here's a member of the Eagles."
I'm actually still surprised he's a Philadelphia Eagle. I thought he would have been gone already.
Buy or sell, AJ Brown is more likely to be a member. I'm going to sell that.
Sell.
But I think it's closer than you might think. If A.J. Brown is an Eagle next year, I think there's a good chance that I answered incorrectly. If it is an Eagle this upcoming season, which obviously doesn't start until August, September, I think Sirianni can be one of the hot seat guys. Buy or sell that if the Eagles don't make a conference championship, you think Nick Sirianni gets fired?
A reluctant sell.
Okay, because Jalen Hurts doesn't like him.
Yeah, there's something off with that chemistry between the two of them for sure.
John Harbaugh just got let go.
Yes. For whatever reason, I think Howie Roseman likes Sirianni. And maybe that changes if they disappoint in the playoffs.
Buy or sell if the Detroit Lions go 7-10, Dan Campbell gets fired.
Yeah, I think we're there. Yeah, bye.
Buy.
Buy or sell, if you're the Eagles, you'd rather have Dan Campbell than Nick Sirianni.
That's tough. I'm going to sell that.
Wow, okay.
Sell.
I'm surprised by that. Really.
This might be unfair, but I'm curious what you think. Can I say that Dan Campbell maybe over the last season and a half has gotten exposed for not maybe being the greatest football mind and maybe more so just leaning on his gut and like instinct?
Yeah.
Which maybe isn't the worst thing because it's different than what we've seen, but I just feel like there's something about Dan that's just...
It helps when you have Ben Johnson as your offensive coordinator.
Right.
Founding member Kevin. Founding members where you go on BillRider.substack.com, you say, I don't want to just give this guy $60 for the year. I want to give him $250 for no reason.
Oh.
Founding
Okay.
member. Got a few of those. One of them is just silent though. One of them I got like, thank you.
You're welcome.
Welcome.
Oh, that's not the right one. Oh, no. All right. So founding member Kevin said, Project Hail Mary is a fantastic book. I'm looking forward to seeing the movie. Okay. I'm going to read you the rest of his message, and I want you to buy or sell it.
Okay.
He's listening clearly to yesterday's podcast.
Okay.
Vin Diesel is a dreadful, dreadful actor. Sorry, Tom.
That's it? That's the whole message? Sell.
Sell.
Sell. Come on. Come on.
There was a movie he was in once where he was like Triple X.
Yeah, it was called Triple X.
And I was like, what? First of all, it doesn't mean what you think it means, dude. And second of all, it's so bad. I'm a secret agent, but I like chicks with tattoos. That was basically, it's like, oh, okay.
Sounds
call them
great.
chicks. And okay.
He was also in this is early 2000s. He was also in a movie where he was like a babysitter, but he was also like a former Marine.
Mm-hmm.
You should check it out. I can't even remember the name.
I got breaking news for Vin Diesel. Lots of former Marines have been babysitters. It's not a... Attention! Eat applesauce!
Exactly.
I haven't seen it. I know the
You've
cliche.
You've already got the plot.
Sell.
I agree with Kevin. I mean, dreadful, dreadful actor is the most...
Buy.
No more accurate words have ever been spoken on this or any podcast on earth.
Seems a little overly harsh, Kevin. Seems a little harsh.
It's harsh to watch that guy act.
Bill, speaking of harsh,
How many takes do you think it takes him to be like, it's about family? Like 31? Take 28. It's family. Take 29. Take 30 then.
when Fast and Furious 11 comes out
Yeah.
and is number one in the box office, you and Kevin are going to be co-bums of the week.
Yeah, Western civilization's in great shape. Let's keep it moving.
Speaking of keeping it moving, last buy or sell for you today. Buy or sell, Mike McCarthy is enjoying his recurring conversations with your guy, Aaron Rodgers.
Don't you think he feels like Bill Murray in a terrible version of Groundhog Day where he just goes, how did I end up here again? Did you see this report?
Yes.
We talk,
Yeah.
What do you talk about? Life and food. I mean, it was so strange. He didn't say food.
How often do you think Mike actually gets to speak in those conversations where it's not just Aaron talking about Aaron?
Sell.
Yeah.
By the way,
thing
you brought up Bill Murray there. Quick aside. His son, now a college basketball head coach. Luke.
So a little let's do this properly. When Reed Forgrave was covering college hoops, he spent a night with some head coach, like hanging out, drinking beers in the bar, and the assistant coach was Bill Murray's kid, and Reed knew him really well. And the kid's like, hey, my dad's going to come by. And Bill Murray came by and partied and drank with Reed for like 4 hours.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice, yeah.
Luke
Murray, now
right?
the head coach at Boston College, but staying on UConn's staff throughout this Final Four run.
Man, I gotta tell you, I have a lot of trouble with UConn. Like, it was cool they beat Duke. you know? But now I want them to lose so much. Oh, that's not the right. Just kidding. I always meant to say that. Kanye West does music? I don't know. I couldn't. Why Kanye? He's terrible. Buy or sell that you believe Kanye West you believe his apology is sincere.
Sell.
Sell.
And I don't normally like to do that because I don't want to like. It's hard to judge someone's sincerity, but yeah, sell.
You judge everyone. What are you
I
talking
really do.
about? What a lie.
I really do.
Never heard a lie so bad. Oh, unbelievable. I don't like to okay, I'm a liar.
I'm so
That was an
judgy.
amazing moment. All right. I may skip tomorrow's pod because I am lazy. I may. So, but maybe not. I don't know. We're going to figure it out. Thanks for listening. We'll see you tomorrow or Thursday.